Hey folks, welcome to another VR video. Today I'm actually doing something pretty cool. I'm using a program called RiftCat, which works with an Android phone, an iOS phone, a Daydream device, a Gear VR, a Vive Focus, an Oculus Go, or most recently they added compatibility for the Oculus Quest or Quest 2. And what this application does is it allows you to stream PC VR content, and if you add their Gamewarp DLC, it also allows you to stream non-VR content to your VR headset. And the non-VR content, you can add head tracking, you can add stereoscopic 3D mode. So in a lot of ways, it's very similar to the type of effect that you get with Vorpex. But with this program, again, it works mainly with headsets that might be collecting dust right now, because any Android-based or iOS-based headset right now that uses your phone, those mobile devices with the 3DoF tracking are basically dead. There's not really any support out there. Google has sunset the Google Cardboard program at this point. It's all open sourced. But if you have a phone sitting around that's compatible with Google Cardboard, you can now put that into a plastic headset or a cardboard headset, and while this technology has been out for a while, you still can get a pretty decent rig for simulators or for these non-VR titles. I recently got the Lenovo Mirage Solo, which I'm going to be using for this particular video right here, which is actually a 6DoF headset, but it comes with one of these little 3DoF laser pointer style controllers. And today I'm going to be playing a game called The Eternal Cylinder, which is a non-VR title, but I'm going to be using the Lenovo Mirage Solo for head tracking. So when I move my head, it's actually going to kind of move the camera around the characters that I'm playing as. It's a pretty cool effect. It's not really VR because I'm really still watching kind of on a wide screen. It's not a stereoscopic 3D game, but it's pretty cool. Retail price on the VRidge software is around $25 US. That includes the Gamewarp DLC, or it's around $15 to $20 US if you don't want that non-VR compatibility. Again, this works with a ton of different devices. There are alternatives. Virtual desktop is my favorite go-to for the Quest and the Go, but for the Vive Focus, if you somehow ended up with one of those, the Gear VR, Daydream, or cardboard-based devices, I really think VRidge is the way to go. So let's jump in. So in headset, it just says it's waiting for stream, and then it connects. And when we see it on the screen here, it says press the play button to start with VRidge. We're going to be playing not with Steam VR, but with Gamewarp. There's three different options: Steam VR, Gamewarp, or using old SDK. Old SDK actually lets you play some older Oculus DK2 style demos, so things that worked with the Oculus 0.8 runtime actually work with the old SDK, which is pretty sweet. But we're going to be doing Gamewarp today. And with Gamewarp now, we can launch into the game. And now that we're moving into Gamewarp, the first thing I'm going to show you is that Control Shift and G is how we're going to be starting input simulation. So what that's going to allow us to do is get that head tilting action going. Alright, so this is the Eternal Cylinder. This is a game that's actually coming to PC later this year, but they have what's called a partner beta right now. And we're going to start at the very beginning of this game, and we're just going to play probably the first half hour.
Once upon a time, in the age of the Eternal Cylinder, there lived a family of little creatures called the Trebum. Trebum are not the strongest, nor the fastest, and they do not have sharp teeth. They would make easy prey for the terrible force that came to their planet. But Trebum are loyal and resourceful and very, very stubborn. It is with such a Trebum that our story begins. One clever little creature born into a cruel world who would be instrumental in bringing prosperity to its kind.
Cute little Trevor. What an unfortunate place for a beginning. See, we hatch from our egg. We're this first little Trevor.
Run, something inside him said, run.
So as you can see, as I move, which I should really start moving, the camera angle shifts with my head. It's pretty sweet. We got space to jump. And in just a moment, it's going to ask me to do something else here. We've got these different resources that we can pick from. And I'm going to dare to turn around, and you'll see behind me a giant cylinder. That is the eternal cylinder.
The great cylinder had stopped. Perhaps it was safe here for a little while. How quickly it learned to use its legs and its trunk. But these things were not so much learned as they were remembered. Perhaps the little Trebum thought they were a gift from the strange voice it heard in its mind. That too was a kind of memory.
And now we're gonna take that, and you see that has a lightning. So these two have little mushroom symbols. Those are edible food. And this last one is edible, but it also transforms or mutates the Trebum. So we're going to go ahead and mutate now. Check this out. This is our first mutation.
Just when it was starting to get used to its legs, the food from the jumping creature gave it new ones. With the
So we
right
have
substance as a
leaping legs
catalyst,
now.
a Trebum can transform and adapt to many challenges.
So it wants us to shoot water at the flying bugs here. So you saw that. I could shoot the water. You can pick up all kinds of stuff. I'm going to go ahead and see what this other mutation does. 'Cause I'm not actually sure. I've never done this one. It's a storage body, so we can hold more stuff. I like that. I like having a character that can hold more stuff and jump more. That's awesome.
The Trebum was drawn to a bright light, or perhaps to the creature next to it.
So that bright light comes in handy, but as you can see, similar to No Man's Sky, there's a lot of creatures here, and not all of them are friendly. That guy has a giant mouth. I'm not into that.
Except for the grass growing on the old one's head, they were very much alike. Surrounded by this light, the Trebum knew things it had not known before. It knew the older Trebum had carried this light for a long, long time. And it knew that now that responsibility had passed to the next generation. Yes, this young Trebum had to carry the light to those great towers in the distance. It could have stayed here to learn many old things, but the cylinder would not allow it.
So the cylinder is now crushing that tower. And when the cylinder moves, you have to run or you get crushed.
Run, the inner voice said, run. The towers would not stop the cylinder unless they were activated.
We're gonna go to this tower over here.
Quickly, the Trebom had to step on the symbol or the cylinder would not be stopped.
Land here. We've stepped on the symbol. That means hopefully this cylinder, after it crushes that poor largemouth thing, will stop at this tower. And I know it will because we will stop it. The largemouth thing might actually live. We'll see. Looks like it's running this way, so it's always possible. So we're going to turn the camera a little bit here.
The voice inside the Trebom's memories assured it that while the tower stood, the Trebom would be safe. The power of the eternal cylinder was contained for now.
For now. So
Our
now,
young friend had found an egg, a Trebom egg, with one of his siblings inside. The egg had been abandoned, but it could still be made to hatch. All that was needed was a source of heat.
so these little pads are the source of heat needed to hatch an egg. And now we've got a new family member, Huno. So now we have two Treboms. And you can actually switch between them, so Huno now is our main Trebom. Huno's just collecting food there. And we can switch back to Gugep, looks like was the original Trebom's name. And now we're going to go look for other Trebom and for other things to work on. Because, at least for the time being, the cylinder has been stopped. But there are other treacherous creatures like that big mouth thing over there. We should probably try to stay away from so that we don't get eaten. Yeah, like right now. Now would be a time to roll away. On another Trebom over here. As you can see, and there's a giant creature there. That's massive. I need to figure out how to get to that Trebom. I really want that egg. Let's see if we're up here. No, that's not gonna work. Maybe if we switch Trebom. We're gonna go back over here. See if we suck up these guys. Does that help? Do any of these do anything? Looks like they're all just food. But that's okay, we need food anyway. Alright, so let's go to the other Trebom here. We've got a couple of... No, we don't have any powers right now. So it doesn't look like we have a way right this second to get to that other Trebom. Unfortunately, the Trebom egg in the middle there. We're going to need to find a way to do that. So let's see what this one does. Another mutation. Make a sound that will startle or frighten predators. So we need a third Trebom, I believe, to go here. Yeah, you can see there's only two. So we need that third Trebom pretty badly, actually. There are other places to get a trebum. Looks like it might be a place right up there, actually. Find out in just a moment. These little paths usually lead to little homes of trebum. Yeah, this one's
Finding
cool.
another trebum was a cause for joy, but this new friend was not well. Deep inside the memories it had inherited, the trebum found the answer. To recover, its friend needed a very specific substance which appeared as glittering clusters of crystal dust.
He just needs
This
the
dust was
angel
not
dust
natural.
here.
Only a great trebum could create it. And so it was on the achievements of previous generations that the newborn trebum would have to rely.
And that's Glugom. He's our new friend.
It seemed a wise and powerful trebum had passed through here some time ago.
Get up there and see if there's anything else. Yeah, more angel dust up here. That's helpful. That'll be good for later. What I need to do is find one of those jumping bugs. I'm going to get a fourth trebum. Because I don't want to leave without that extra egg trebum over there. Of course, when you're looking for a specific creature, hardly ever around. Is that one? That is one. Beautiful. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to switch trebum. We need to get down. Huno is going to eat this. And then Huno is going to get some bounce. So now that Huno's got bounce, I'm going to try to go back over here to the nest with the egg in it. Man, we really need to figure out a way over there. Can't seem to figure out a means to get up above this section. We're going to try eating some of these and see. No, these are just... Alright, well, I guess we're not getting that trebum. But that's okay, we've got a spot over here that we just need the 3 trebum that we already have for. And it's going to open this doorway. Maybe we'll get to a 4th trebum from it.
This door had been built for trebum. It gave them hope that in this large and dangerous world, some places had been made for them.
And this is indeed one of those places made for them. This is an elder cave. Thought there might have been a trebum over here, but I guess that might be later. Anything over here? No, not yet. Okay.
Somehow this ancient statue transferred knowledge to the Trebhum.
So we just learned about the organic cube here. That also unlocks this little door.
It was as if a memory had been stored inside it, waiting for someone to absorb it. And as soon as this knowledge had entered their minds, the Trebhum realized that there was a great library of information hidden away in the web of their memories. But why was the knowledge of a specific ingredient placed here in this Trebhum made of stone?
I want to be the third Trebhum, not Wugon here. Alright, so now we're gonna go get some more of this magic dust here. Pretty sure that's gonna come in handy later. I'm gonna show you why you need that organic cube. Because if we eat the organic cube, change the camera angle here. It allows us to go through these doors. Now we get to go visit our first elder.
Inside the cave, the Trebhum found a living elder.
And as you can see, I can still tilt my head,
for a long
change the camera
time.
angle around.
The elder told them it was happy to see some friends before the cylinder came. It said, "You are young, so you never knew the time when our people could shapeshift at will. We Trebhum are inheritors of a vast tree of abilities, abilities passed on to all future Trebhum. But this power is being taken away. Beware the servants of the cylinder. They will seek to hurt you at every opportunity, and they have the power to rob you of your abilities. But if you persevere, one day you will find a way to protect yourselves from their evil light. Farewell, my brave friends. I fear I am too old and tired to join you. May you find a way to prosper in this time of struggles."
I'm gonna switch to the big guy here, Vudep, and leave this cave. And as I
It was
expected,
not easy to leave the cave, but the elder had urged them to go forward.
there's a new family member,
Suddenly
Go
they
Bomb.
felt the weight of their many tasks. To find their Trebhum siblings, to restore the powers their people had lost. And it all seemed a little daunting. But even when they are afraid, Trebhum are stubborn.
We got 4 of them now. One looks like a little square. One's a bit bigger than the others. But together, these Trebhum are going to be mighty. And if we lose one, they're fairly easy to replace. So once we go through that blue area, we actually activate
The cylinder resumed its destruction. Nothing could stop it forever. They needed to roll to safety to find another tower to protect them quickly.
Yes, they did. Very quickly, actually. And that's why we've got this big rolly dude to get us to the next tower as quick as we possibly can. And there we are. We have stopped it again. Look at that giant monstrosity just destroying those trees. Coming after us. Whew. That was a close one. But it got stopped. So as you can see, there's a giant pyramid in front of us. I'm assuming that's the point of interest that we're looking for, but it's talking about points of interest right now.
The Trebham found
It's one of
themselves
those can't
almost
miss
as
things.
lost as they had been in the beginning. But the voice in their memories comforted them. It was only natural to be confused, it said. They had been born into a strange, broken world, cut off from the history of their ancestors. Everyone was a little lost these days. What mattered was to keep going, to keep looking for answers, to keep carrying the light they held within them, the light that stopped the cylinder.
They're not all coming up here for some reason. I don't know what happened to the other three. They'll be back. We're gonna enter the shrine. And this is a slightly different puzzle.
In this strange, eerie temple, the Trebham felt something stir in their memories. There was a great power in this place. Something from the days when even the elders were young. Perhaps it could help them.
So we're gonna go ahead and mutate this guy. He's gonna get spiky head. And it attracts the sack flies. Now the sack flies are those flies that were kind of just hanging out before we have them come through though. Check over here, get some water. Always good to get some nice refreshments. And now we're gonna go see the sack flies. They're gonna be attracted to our little dude. We're gonna go up there. Looks like we have to go up the ramp to get there. Now that we're on here, the sack flies are like, "Hey, how's it going? We see your spiky hair. Come on, guys. Come on. What's up? What's up, sack fly friends? Here they come." And what they're doing is, as more of them come over, the more they come here, the more lights they bring. Here they come. Oh, and they've opened another pathway for us. Oh, it's a map. Awesome. That's helpful. So now that we've got the map,
The Trebham were disoriented for a moment. Something new had entered their memories and they needed to make sense of it. It seemed to be a map. And on this map, a location had been marked. If they understood correctly, there was some manner of serpent, a guardian, a greater being of some kind, somehow linked to a safe haven. Could they find refuge there? Their ancestors must have created this map for a reason.
so we're going to exit the Trebham Shrine. And I do want to unlock one other mechanic before we go, so we can see it.
What manner of strange beast lurked behind the cylinder? The Trebhum were deeply unsettled by this new mystery. But though some part of them was curious, they were certain it would be best not to find out.
We're gonna switch back to our big friend here. We're gonna go this way toward the tower. I am skipping bits. There's more Trebhum to find and more things to do here. But I do want to get to a specific key place. That rock hit us. Right. Cute little Trebhum. So this is the new mechanic I was talking about. Trebhum can also get hungry. So that's all the food we've been collecting. There's a stomach and an energy pouch, and together,
As we
eat food,
the Trebhum started feeling weak and tired. With all the excitement and adventure, they'd neglected their most basic needs. The sound of an empty stomach reminded them that survival requires more than escaping from danger. You also have to eat. Luckily, one of the many gifts of the Trebhum is the capacity to store food in their bodies. But they still need to digest it to gain the vital energy that gives them strength. And for such small creatures, they do require rather a lot of food. Fortunately, the savannah was rich in flora and fauna which would satisfy their little bellies.
This guy
without
needs 3
necessarily
of those.
triggering a mutation.
So I feel like we have those right here. We don't have enough of the goo. So there's an egg right here, but we don't have a warming place for it, that I can see at least. Nearby. Maybe tucked behind a rock somewhere? Nearby? I don't see one. And as you can see, there's this musical note over here. At least that's what I'm going to call it. That's what it looks like to me. I think this is another Trebhum shrine of some form. So let's look to see if there's any type of an opening in it. It does look like there is right here. So we can enter that shrine. So now that we're inside the shrine, this is how you can level up your
The
characters.
Trebhum felt a
different skill
great
trees.
power flowing through this cave, but they were not afraid. The power felt familiar, even friendly. These glowing structures were the work of their ancestors.
So you can trade minerals for, like, this is going to allow you to trade for leadership ability. There's all different abilities throughout the room. We're just going to take the magic mineral dust. We're going to resurrect more Trebhum friends. But again, more food storage here. And lots of cool little abilities. But also a wealth of the mineral dust. Again, each one of these powers up a different ability. This will give us more health. And these different shrines and different elder caves are throughout each of these different areas. So you get to advance the story with them. Actually, let's get this water here. Alright. Now we'll go back up and out. Exit the cave. We're just going to go resurrect the other Trebum, and I'm going to save, and we'll call it a day. But I hope so far that you've enjoyed this experience and seen a little bit of the potential that VRidge has. So if you've got an old headset, spending $20 or so can get you all these experiences, and it works really well. So let's go resurrect our other Trebum friend, who was at the top of this hill. There's a lot of scary looking characters here, so we're going to roll to them. Get out of dodge, if you will. Oh no, now he needs completely different stuff. Of course. Well, I don't have any of those little pumpkin squash looking things, so we're going to call it a day. We're going to go ahead and save. I hope you've enjoyed this video, this look at both the Eternal Cylinder, a fantastic game that's coming soon to PC, and VRidge, the software that's powering this head-turning marvel in my Lenovo Mirage Solo. I'll be back with more content soon. Until next time, get out there and enjoy some VR for yourself. Thanks for watching. Goodbye now.